Hello and welcome to teacherswebhost.com. This tutorial explains how to set collaboration mode so that it automatically randomly assigns students to work together as partners. Thanks to the science teacher for this great idea. Let's go to the sample course I have here, and you'll see I put a link for a writing task called Practicing Collaboration Mode. I click on Command and I go down to the collaboration mode, and this gives you some instructions. Here, if you click in this box, you can set an end date after which students will no longer be able to collaborate. This effectively sets a due date. Underneath there is now a new button called Random Partner Assignment Function. Click on this. Here you would see a list of all the classes in your student account management system. Now in this particular example account, all the students are just grouped together in a class called General. But in my real class, I'll have my Global 10 students in one group and Global 9 in another group, and so forth. A student can belong to one class grouping at this website. I check this box here so that the system will automatically randomly assign people in that class to be partners of each other. I click Turn on Collaboration Mode. Now if I were to return to that collaboration mode screen, you see here on the bottom it shows you the partners that it created in the class. Now here you have a button to turn off collaboration mode. You'll need to do this if you ever need to extend the deadline. You'll notice too that this last group is 3 people: John Doe, George Washington, and Alexander Hamilton, and the reason is because by default, if there's an odd number of students, there will be one group of 3. So I'm going to log out of my sample teacher account and log in as a sample student in that particular class. Hopefully I can remember the names of my fake students here. Okay. So I'm now in as Abigail Adams. I'm going to go to the sample course, and here is Practicing Collaboration Mode, the writing task. And by the way, let's just look at this. If I click on it, this is where I would make my entries, where I would create my response to this assessment. There's some instructions on top. In the gray box is the assignment. In the Proctor box, everything I do is monitored. If I paste things in, if I save, and so forth. Here it tells you the last time it's saved. This automatically saves every 2.5 minutes or so, just like a Google Doc. And when I'm done, I save and go. But that's not why we're here. Click on Collaborate. Here's what you get to see. First at the top would be a list of all the random assignments of partners that were given by the computer. Then I see in bold the name of the student who was assigned to be my partner. And there's also a sentence here that explains who your partner is, and if your partner's not listed, it means they haven't saved any work yet. Clicking on the Collaborate button will bring you into a screen that looks really just like the teacher's assessment screen. A variety of rubrics can be chosen if you're having your students grade on a rubric, and when you do, it changes the rubric at the bottom. As you set the scores, it'll highlight. It's also possible to identify specific grammatical errors. You do that like this. You highlight a section that has a problem, and you click on the problem. It counts the number, it puts an identifier over it, and highlights the area that is of concern. It's possible to leave random comments here. Once you save it, the other student is able to see this in their own writing assignment right here where it says Show Editor Notes. Now in this case, Abigail Adams has not received any notes from her classmates, so there are none to show. But if there were, she would see all of the elements that somebody else marked for her. And so why don't we try to do that right now? I'm going to try to log in. And as our son. Yes. And I go to the sample course, and I go to where I'm writing. I click on Show Editor Notes, and there we see the ones Alexander Hamilton wrote earlier when I was testing this out. And here are Abigail's comments and suggestions from the last time she wrote. You'll notice that the rubric descriptors are also there, and a variety of other elements can be added in order to help students contribute to each other's writing and to develop their skills that way. So that's how it's done. Thank you for watching.